All righty, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the Trade Findings and Adjustments by Hurley Investments. My name is Kevin Hurley. I will be with you tonight, and I am excited to share a couple things with you that I've been working on, looking at, seeing, following the whole 9 yards. Let's just put it that way. With that said, let me answer a quick question. The other day, I talked about a Netflix trade. For some stupid reason, I said, you know what? I'm going to place it at the end of the day. And I really wanted let me highlight it. I really wanted a limit of $3.95. That was what I was trying to accomplish. That is what I wanted. I'm like, it's a killer trade. We're good to go. Never got filled. If I had placed that trade, all right, Abraham, have a good one, sir. If I had placed that trade, I would have been set. I would have collected basically my $5. You can get at it right now for $4.95 or $5. I can't believe it didn't get filled. And literally the next day, it was up to like $4.95 and there's no profit. So the reason why I'm saying that comes down to rules that we hear about. Rules in trading, right? What are the rules? So let's talk rules. Some say, plain and simple, rules are for fools. Yes, no, maybe so. What do you think? Are rules for fools? Good answer. Both of you. It depends. If you're going to treat the market as a live living creature that moves and changes daily, it's like trying to raise a kid. You can't raise a kid. Well, I guess you can't raise one exactly the same way you raise another. Different personalities, different discipline techniques will work better for one than another. It doesn't mean you don't want to kill them all right? Doesn't mean you just want to strangle them all sometimes. But you have to treat each one differently. My kids will be the first one to tell you it's not fair. It's not fair. You let Jordan get away with stuff that I can't do. Is it because she's a girl, Dad? It's not fair. You grounded me, but you didn't ground Tad, the oldest one. It's not fair. The older two get to stay up till midnight. We only have to go to bed at 10. Word to the wise. Life isn't fair. Duh. You don't need to tell me it's not fair. Life's not fair. If life was fair, we'd all be millionaires trading the stock market. It would act as an ATM machine. We'd all be filthy, stinking rich. Life isn't fair. I'll be honest with you. There are very few rules that I follow. The reason why is because it makes no sense to me It makes no sense at all to me to get out of this one at a 20% return when it's got 100% return available. To get out of this one or this one at a 20% return when we're talking a 330% return. It makes no sense to get out of this one right now when I've seen it as high as 144. It makes no sense to take my 20% return and leave $2 on the table. It makes no sense to me to get out at a break even when we can get up to $2. It makes no sense to get out at a break even when we can make at least 50%. I have 1, 2, 3 trades here that are well over a 20% return. Well, you can get back in. Why the hell over the last year when I can make 100% or a 320% return, why the hell would I get back in and out, in and out, in and out and create more commissions and get worse fills and possibly dollar cost average to get in lower, possibly not? Why the hell would I do that? Why not think a little bit longer term on a trade? Why not see Disney trading at 127 and say, hey, I want to get into Disney. I want to get in long call because they have a ridiculous lineup. I can't afford 100 shares in this little account, but I can control 100 shares for $1,385. Currently worth $1,770. If you take a look at this portfolio and think about standard trading, standard, you got to keep it safe. You got to do this, you got to do that. You wouldn't have come anywhere close to a $7,600 return on Facebook. Now you would have collected $300, and yeah, you might have done that 4 or 5 times. Or you might be up $7,600. Guaranteed in Visa, you would not be making $5,200. Under Armour's a collar trade, you might have made $2,300 there. You would not have made $1,767 on Bank of America. Oh, how'd you do that? Well, here I am, somewhat contradicting myself, but I played some levels of support and resistance. You would have made the NVIDIA trade. You would not have collected a profit already on Disney. Ford, we're at. You would not have lost money on Bank of America, maybe, and of course I'm down on Baidu. So it's a give and take. Well, Kevin, if I had my 20% up or down or a 50% stop loss, I would have only lost $1,300. I would have only lost 4, 5, 6. I would have lost about $450 on Boeing. Okay, so you would have beat me by $850. I'm okay if you beat me on $850 if I beat you by $7,000 on Facebook and $5,000 on Visa and $1,700 on Bank of America. Well, probably $1,300 on Bank of America, $350 on Disney. I'm okay with that. I'm okay getting beat every once in a while, as long as I have these other things to offset them. As long as I have some opportunities here that make some sense. I like it because today, for those who had the FCX covered call, we received the full credit of, pretty sure it was 33 cents per share, and closed the shares for a 51-cent profit today. A covered call strategy that didn't get our stock called away, that I let run a little bit before earnings, which are tomorrow. We took it off the table, and basically on 300 shares, you made $250, $260 on a 2.5, 3.5 week covered call strategy. We took the profit. For those that were in the Home Depot calendar, another education and trading group, closed the trade for a 10% minus commission, right around 9 to 10% return on investment. Well, I never got filled. I put the exit on. I never got filled. What do you think that taught me? When another education is getting filled and you are not. Why would that be? Correct. Because it's most likely in a paper trading account, where sometimes they clear out the orders every day because that's what they do. Kudos to the people that will admit they're in a paper trading account. Shame on the people who try to say that they're not, yet you follow the instructions and you're not getting filled. Got lucky, we had a pop up today. Again, if I had followed the rule and got out at 9 or 10% on what they were doing, I wouldn't have booked a 13.67% today. Well, Kevin, what are the rules you follow? Because there are a couple. It's not necessarily a rule, but it's some of what I try to live by. It's some of what I try to follow. I don't like to trade the first hour of the market. Very rarely, if ever, will I trade that first hour. Too many times have I seen a trade possibly go on the first 15 minutes. They clear out the minis, you get the average trader's institutional money comes in, and the direction reverses. Typically happens on an 8 o'clock earnings report, which would be a 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time earnings report. I don't like to sell a covered call for less than 40 cents. That way, if I adjust, I can still make about 20 cents, most likely on the short position. But I'm not interested in ever shorting on just one contract or 100 shares. And I want at least 40 cents, so I have to adjust. I don't give away all my money. If a stock's running, for crying out loud, I'm going to be a little greedy. I'm going to let it run. I like 100% returns. I like, as I just showed you, I like being in a position for a while, so that over time, $5.43 can turn into $21.55. so that $17 can turn into $34, so that $13.85 can turn into $17.70. Kevin, 11.28's turned into $7.82. Yes. Thank goodness I have until how late do I have to that one? Thank goodness I have until June of 2020. You're down 250, 10. You're down $3.50. That's $700. Yeah, the portfolio is down $700 on paper. Between now and June 2020, Baidu will most likely have a good earnings, and we might have some type of China news, maybe not even a deal. I would expect a deal, but some type of China news that moves us forward. I'm not saying I win on everything. My performance tells you that. But I'm okay losing 13, you would have lost 4. I'm okay losing $850 on Baidu and being down almost $850 on Boeing, being down $3,000 on Baidu, when I can replace it with $7,600 on Facebook, $5,200 on Visa. Bank of America, I've done well this year. So it's the trade-off. The interesting part, I love it. Come on. Oh, don't tell me I don't have it. Where's the paste? All right, I got to pause my screen for a second because I thought I had it all ready for you, but I obviously don't. Downloads, where are you? Found this on Facebook, found it ridiculously interesting. Actually love it. Absolutely love it. For crying out loud, getting ticked off now. Give me one more second, guys. I do apologize. I'm not smarter than my computer. All right, last time. Amazing quote. Stock market, this isn't baseball. You don't have just 3 strikes to get on base. You can wait for that fat pitch. And sometimes you just see a fat pitch. Okay. I'm a little troubled because what I wanted to give you is not working out the way that I thought it was going to. For crying out loud, well, I should just go to it. Let's go to a quote. Visa was up $8.90, up 33 cents on the day. After hours, it's down 91 cents. Trying to hold on to 180. So here's why you should not buy Visa. Estimated $1.32 earnings per share, came in at $1.37, 5 cents higher than analyst estimates. Revenue expectation was $5.7 billion, came in at $5.84 billion, $140 million better than expected. 9% year-over-year growth for this quarter, 33% increase in quarterly profit, 11% increase in revenue. Income rose $3.1 billion versus the $2.33 billion from the previous quarter. Now, kind of interesting, you can keep going and find maybe what you would call a little bit negative news. Higher customer spending, third profit beats on revenue. Visa tones down its 2019 adjusted EPS outlook. Annual growth double digits on a nominal basis with a 50 percentage points of negative foreign currency impact or 1 percentage point of positive impact from the new revenue accounting standard. Yet, they still gave their gross revenue in line on the low end of the 22 to 23%. So my question is to you guys. Reason to sell Visa? Hopefully you guys heard all that, right? Do we sell Visa? On all of those positive numbers, let me go through one more time. $1.37 versus an estimated $1.32, beat 5% or 5 cents. Revenue $5.84 billion versus $5.7 billion expected. Income rose to $3.10 billion from last year's $2.33 billion, which is an 11.5% rise. 9% year-over-year gain. 33% quarterly profit increase. More transactions than ever before. Is that a reason to sell Visa? There we go. Bill, Lance, and Dave. All three know. One's in capital letters. I wouldn't think so at all. If you were to ask me, I'd say no, I don't think so. But let me just make a quick run and show you something I've noticed on Visa. Last time we had earnings and it was down for the day, and then it came back up. Previous time, good earnings, down for the day, then we came back up. Had a small gap on that one. Here we go. Down for 4 days, back up. Visa has a tendency to have some earnings. I don't remember what that earnings was. Couple down days, heading back up. Down day, right back up. Gap up. Down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it started going. So All I'm trying to say is there's some opportunity in Visa. And an opportunity, if I was looking at Visa, I don't know how far it's going to go down tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to hold 180. It's been trying to hold 180 for some time. But interesting comment on options. You could have gotten into Visa at about 130, ran up to 180. That's 50. You'd have about a 45% return. Or if you use some options, you could have over 100% return on your money. I think it's an opportunity for a leap long call. If it holds 180 tomorrow, or looking at a chart, and if I shorten it up here, you know what? I need to go to my other chart. If you see Visa tomorrow, if you see Visa hold the 180.06 range, I would put a contract on. If you see it come down and hold the short term, twice resistance, once support, 175, I would throw a contract on. If you see it get down to 171 or the 50-day simple moving average, I would throw a contract on. If it gets down and tests the main pivot point for standard deviation at 168.41, I would throw a contract on. I would go find a leap contract that fit your needs. I would probably like the 200-day area or moving average. I had the opportunity here where I would add 4 contracts at $900. That's what I would be looking for a trade opportunity. I would have no hesitance right now to go find a leap. Looks like it would be June 2021, 696 days. You could go 542. Let's look at both of them. I would not necessarily do a June 20. Would not do an August 23rd. At 210, you get your 820, 975 for $8.75. Here's where I would start buying contracts at 180. If it falls during the day, I'd buy another one at 175 for cheaper. Probably be somewhere in that $7.25 to 50-cent range. If it dropped all the way down to 170, you'd probably buy one for $6.20. If it got down and touched the 168, you might get it for less than $6. A pretty big opportunity for where you've been. For those of you that might have been following me along with Facebook, I again was running out of money in this account to show you what I wanted to do. So I sold off another Facebook contract. And not only that, but I meant to buy a June 20, 245 call, and I made a mistake. I was supposed to buy this one. Can someone please tell me why I didn't take it off and just say, oops, I screwed up? Someone tell me why I kept that one on. Why did I keep my screw up on? Why would I keep a short position, limiting myself to only $35 of upside potential? Why would some dummy keep that short call on when he actually meant to go buy another long call for $9.50-ish? Minimizes losses if I'm wrong. There's a great idea, right? Hey, Kevin, you're not always right. In fact, what Maud really could have told me is, Kevin, it doesn't hurt to hedge a little bit more. But Maud, that's not the exact reason that I did that, but yes, that runs along the lines. Let me highlight what made my decision for me. My cost basis on these particular two contracts is $5.43. I am paying for all of this one, and I still have $4.30 left over to help pay for this one. If it goes down, you know what? I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to book at least a 200% profit. And if after its earnings tomorrow, even though we had some pretty ugly news today that it's one of 3 companies that's going to be on a GOP monopoly watch list, you want to talk about some dumbass people in our communities? Our representatives in the House are idiots. And I'm going to go ahead and say all of them. Republicans, Democrats, they are creating a monopoly inquiry without naming anything that Apple, Google, or I guess it's Alphabet. Apple, Alphabet, Google, and Facebook. Amazon is the other one. There are 4 companies total. Twitter's kind of being hit. But they're going to file a formal inquiry in front of the House on the possibility of having monopolistic practices. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of am scratching my head. Why Apple is named when they only own like 9% of the worldwide cell phone market and what, 13 or 16.9% of the US market? If Tim Cook had any cojones, he'd sit there and go, so let me get this straight, you dumbasses. I own 16.9%. Google owns the other 83.1%, and I'm being looked at for monopolistic practices. We own 28% of the app market for Apple, and 72% is owned by the Android phones, and I'm being looked at for monopolistic practices. 23% of the computer market, which means 77% is being owned by the PC Windows market. And I'm being looked at for monopolistic practices. Amazon. With all due respect, we own what, 3.6% or 6.3% of the total retail sales in the nation. We just happen to do it online, where any other company can do it online. And we're going to be looked at for monopolistic practices. I'm not a fan of Google. They run the majority of the search market. You know, and I'm going to say what, 80% of all the searches are done by Google. But that's our choice to use Google over Bing, over Safari, over numerous other search engines that are out there. That's our choice, an American public choice, because it's easy, because we're used to it. Facebook, with all due respect, you know, they are Facebook, they are Instagram, but there is Twitter, there's MySpace, there's LinkedIn, there's other types of chat rooms and organizations and groups of people that share information. I don't get it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm pissed off my tax dollars. I don't know if you can tell today, right? I'm pissed off they're going to do an inquiry without even naming something they've done wrong. We're going to bring you in front of us to testify on something we haven't named that you've done wrong yet. I just think they're idiots and they piss me off something fierce. So with that reason, we're going to see, and I'm going to take a quick peek. We're going to see before earnings, we are going to see where's Apple at? Apple only down 91 cents after hours. They're the easiest one. Facebook's going to be down $3.09 because of an inquiry. Google's going to be down $10.80 because of an inquiry. Amazon down $20.49 because of an inquiry. Twitter, collateral damage. Only down 36 cents, but 1%. Only down 40 cents for CRM. I wonder if Microsoft is going to get hit. Only 12 cents, not hit at all. Frustrates me, especially since their stocks that I trade. Comment was just made. Hey, Kevin, any other place online that we spend time on other than Facebook is competition. In fact, if you look at your Apple phones now, they give you daily and weekly time usages. And my Facebook is about 3% of my time on my phone. And it's by my choice. I like seeing where my brothers are doing and pictures of family. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I love Facebook. Facebook is where we brag about our kids, we brag about our vacations. It's where people in the United States, I don't know how to say it, we brag about who we are and what we're doing. We show off. We brag about our kids' accomplishments. I don't see anything wrong with that. I like to see my nieces and nephews. I like to see what other people are doing. There's some people that take some amazing hikes. I'm excited here in a couple weeks to show you guys the Sawtooth Mountain Range. I'm going to show you Hell Roaring Lake. I'm going to show you the Imaging Lake, the Finger of Fate. I'm excited to share with you where I'm going to go stretch some boys and hike them through the Sawtooth National Forest. Yeah, you know, I buy crap on Facebook. Stupid golf game I play. My mom spends time on Minecraft and Clash of Clans. Ugh, little frustrated. Little frustrated because I was counting on Facebook to have a blowout quarter. It'll be interesting to see Facebook, Ford, Caterpillar, Boeing, and Freeport McMoran tomorrow, along with AT&T, UPS, Las Vegas Sands, Tesla, VF Corp. It'll be an interesting earnings day for me tomorrow. I'll be stuck in front of my computer for most of the day, definitely paying attention pre-market for Boeing and post-market for most of the other things. Guy, I'm sorry I got on my soapbox. Looking for a trade, selling opportunity on Visa, which should be a buying opportunity for us. $9.70, leap long calls, 210, 220, all the way out to January 2021. 650 some odd days. Price points are pretty easy. If it holds 180 tomorrow for any period of time, buy one. If it breaks 180 and goes down to 175, buy a second one. 171.50ish, buy a third one. 168.86, buy your fourth one. You can dollar cost average, and then you can sit and wait for 650 some odd days to make a killing. No doubt in my mind, looking at their numbers, their growth, their revenues, no doubt Visa will be at least by 200 sometime throughout this year, before the end of the year. 10% raise in the stock would be a pretty easy 25% return on your option. Pretty easy trade to go into. Any questions? With all my ranting and raving, any questions for you guys that I can answer? With all due respect, Maud, Mary, and Ida, I apologize for the use of a couple choice words. Should never swear in front of a lady. With that said, hell, damn, and ass, Jesus said, so I think I'm allowed to say those three. How do I really feel about Congress? You weren't clear. Bill, I vote Republican, but I hate rhinos and I hate any member of Congress that can't do their damn job. Bill's just goading me on because we do have talks about this left and right. I hope you're laughing like there's no tomorrow. Which is a lot of them. So there are 4 that I hate more than the rest, if you really want to know about it. In all honesty, I know it's hypothetical, but I'm sorry. If you disrespect the office of the president, if you disrespect the country and the flag, if you want to claim you're Puerto Rican or Somalian or African American or European white or whatever you want to stay, if it's more important for you to be something other than an American, I'm 100% on board with go back to your damn country. Go back to where you like to affiliate yourself with more. Otherwise, please respect the freedoms that you've been given. And please appreciate the blessings you have here in this country that obviously you don't sometimes, well, from where I lived down South America and where I've lived overseas, it's yeah, it's a bad one. Please comment on the Netflix fundamentals and outlook for next year. Netflix is overspent. If you were to ask me, Netflix is one to play with bearish positions. It is not one with a lot of future upside, especially going into next year. I don't see the awards for Netflix turning into profits for the company. In fact, if anything, I think because they have so overspent, you're most likely going to be in a range trading in that range from 336 to maybe 356. I am not expecting a breakout on Netflix. In fact, if anything, especially with the earnings they just had, it wouldn't surprise me to see Netflix go back and test the 315, if not the 300 round level area. The awards they've won don't translate into more revenue because they've overpaid to produce and to buy their own stuff. They keep canceling the really good ones. I do like the Ranches. I do like Fallen. I do like Taken. They're going to lose Friends. They're going to lose all of Disney. I think Netflix is in trouble. I think they spent a ridiculous amount of money and they're winning the awards for it, but they don't have the bang for the buck. Expected to trade between that 315 and 300 range in the very near future. And even to the upside, I think on the best case scenario, it's going to rotate between the 200-day and the 50-day, which right now are 356. So say 350 to 335. I could make a justification to go all the way down to 200, but that would be a worst case scenario. So if you're playing Netflix, I'd be playing it bearish. I would not expect a huge rebound. I would not expect it to come back to its highs anytime soon. Does that answer your question there on Netflix? If you were able to get in, you had what did I have? If you were able to get into Netflix, you stay in it for another week or two. You're going to get your maximum $1.05 or $1. And that trade was that I did not get filled. That was a $337.50, $342.50. You're going to make your full $5. You have to stay in it till August 2nd. So if you did get into that trade, which you wouldn't have got in at the $395 limit, but unless you did it right then, you might have gotten in at $4, $4.05. Just set in it. You're going to make your maximum return next Friday. For me personally, I did not get filled. In fact, you want to see something kind of ridiculous? But I've been seeing this the whole time. What's the most you can make in a bear put spread? What's the most you can make at a 337, 342 and a $0.50 put spread? There you go. $5 minus the debit. Very good, Dave. $5 minus the debit, right? So the most it should be selling for is $5. Because of volatility, I've seen it at 505 to 510. Right now, after hours, it's telling you at 605. Won't happen, can't happen. But pretty interesting to see that would have been a good trade. Why I waited till the end of the day, I have no idea. I just screwed that one up. Should have got into it. It would have been your full 25% return or $1.05 on a input of $3.95. Any other questions I can answer for you? If not, guys, have a good evening. I appreciate being here tonight. Again, ladies, I do apologize for my mouth tonight. Jeff and Bill and Dave, I'm sure you guys, Dave and Bill, I'm sure you guys were laughing. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm doing this purely for entertainment's sake. Abraham, being out in Brazil, welcome to America. All the screwed up politics we have here, huh? Guys, have a good evening. Look for a buying opportunity on Visa. Again, I would buy on the way down, but there's no reason why you can't wait. to see what level holds and buy then. Save some powder, hold it dry as it keeps going down, where you can dollar cost average if you need to. An excellent long-term trade that has easily 100% ramifications and opportunities in it. Guys, take care. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you again. Let's see, next Monday. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.